What is up, guys? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today we have an episode about Eximchain. Now, before we get started, just want to say thank you to everyone subscribing, thank you to everyone mashing on that like button, and guys, if you want to find out how to win a free Ledger NOS, stay tuned. Now, Eximchain is an ICO. Now, this video may be a little bit late in doing because their whitelist is closed, but for all you American investors out there and for everyone else, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. This is one that came across my attention, and all I can say is, wow, this one has the potential to be really big. Now, why do I say that? Well, what they're doing is they're going to basically do supply chain financing on the blockchain. All right, so in terms of those people who don't know, getting stuff to places all over the world using the supply chain, so we have shipping, we have trucking, we have logistics, all this stuff, and we have the money necessary to make all that stuff happen. All of it is centralized, it's slow, it's costly, it doesn't work very well. Also, there's fraud, people stealing money from there, all types of things. What solves all that? Decentralization and the blockchain. Now, that's what Eximchain is aiming to do. Basically, they're going to allow businesses to connect, transact, and share information more efficiently and securely. All right. Now, how are they going to do that? Well, I think down here. First thing, they're going to work on supply chain finance. So making all of this stuff happen, banks have to get involved. They have to see that people are credible. They have to see that people can provide the resources that need be. So by having everything in smart contracts on the blockchain, it makes it a lot more transparent to where they can see everything going on. So that way, banks can verify all the upstream orders so they can see that all the stuff that that the companies need to borrow money for is already sold or is already going somewhere. Then they'll be a lot more likely to give them the money. Now, what other stuff? Basically, storing all of the contracts, all the records on the blockchain allows the suppliers to prove their reliability, to show that they've done stuff before. Because up until now, it's just kind of a reputation. But this will be, hey, take a look. This is all the stuff that I've done before. This is what I can potentially do in the future. And then additionally, inventory management. All right, now I know some big ones like Vechain, some other ones are really big because of what they do with inventory management. Here's another one that could do a lot with inventory management. Efficiency, so basically it's going to be able to move a lot faster because we'll have all of the information accessible to everyone. Transparency, again, with making the information accessible to everyone. And security, this uses enterprise ZK snarks to help make everything secure, so it will work with big businesses. And then additionally, Eximchain is going to have their own software development kits so people can build up whatever they need to build up for their particular platform to work on Eximchain. So that is really great. And like I said, it has the ZSL shielded transactions, which are the enterprise ZK snarks. Now, an idea loan does not make a great ICO. Okay, it is a great idea, and it's one that could do very well on the blockchain, but you also need a strong team, strong advisors. So let's take a look at the team. It turns out Eximchain was actually founded in 2015 at MIT. For those of you who don't know, that's a small little university in the United States. Pretty sure it's an Ivy League. Pretty sure it's tough to get into. Pretty sure they wouldn't have accepted me. And yeah, so if we take a look at the team, pretty much everyone's from MIT. So first, that says, yeah, they are pretty good at what they do. All right, but she graduated with an MBA from MIT, and then she worked handling cross-border transactions at UBS in Asia for 6.5 years. That's a big company, all right? Probably not easy to get that job. Probably not easy to do that for 6.5 years, but she did it, all right? And then their CTO, he's all about cryptocurrency. He's been in it for a year, created a crypto-enabled game, and also anonymously distributed cryptos when he was in school. Good man, you know? Spreading the word. But they have a whole bunch of other people, like James worked at IBM for 14 years. Again, big company, probably not easy to work at. and the other people on the team. MIT, this guy worked for Amazon Web Services for over 2 years. So yeah, everybody has a lot of good experience in very big companies. Now, if we take a look at their advisors, we have CEOs of SwiftCoin, Trade Manager, Bowtech, co-founder of Enigma, all types of different things there. So we do have strong advisors as well. Now, the one thing that I will say a little bit early, so we know that most successful ICOs have a working platform, all right, or a working prototype. They do not yet, but it should be out soon, all right? It says Q1 of 2018. It's Q1 of 2018. We have another month or two, working platform getting out, but look at all the stuff they've already completed. So, came up with the idea for Eximchain, began working on Eximchain, wins the Engine of Innovation Prize at Rice Business Plan Competition. That's the Ivy League of the South, all right? Travels to China as a Legatum Seed grantee. And then, let's see, named a finalist in the MIT 100,000 Accelerate competition. They made a white paper, very good. The white paper is very technical. It's a tough read, but do it anyways. How about this? In the end of 2017, they signed letters of intent with 9 companies in China for cross-border e-commerce platform. Now, Q1 2018, that's right now. That's what we're looking at. One thing we have is a token generation event. So they have the ICO coming up. Like I said, the whitelist is already closed, so you may not be able to get in on the ICO. However, this is something that I do when I find ICOs I like. Because I live in the United States, I can't participate in most ICOs. When I find ICOs I like, I write them down, and I keep track of them. Every week or so, I just take a look, see when they're going to hit the exchanges. And guess what, guys? As soon as, like, Neon Exchange is available, you're going to be able to get this as soon as they're out of ICO. So basically, it's like Ether Delta, but a lot better. So you won't have to wait however long for them to get listed on exchanges, and that's probably going to be within about 6 months or so. That type of stuff will be happening. So so basically, what I would do is just put this on a list, keep an eye on it, see when it becomes available, and then buy it then. Because yeah, you may miss out on like the 2 to 10 times growth from ICO to drop on the exchange, but this seems like a very good idea. Seems like a very strong team. If they can actually deliver on this, this is one that has huge upside potential. I mean, just in terms of logistics and supply chain, that's trillions of dollars of potential out there. Trillions of dollars. So that's a lot of money out there. So in Q1 2018, they have their first proof of concept in supply chain sourcing. And then they also have their governance hardening. So they have a very interesting governance model. I can say I don't understand completely because I didn't spend all the time necessary to look at it, but different governance model that they use. And then in Q2, Q3 2018, they have their first SDK release. They have their first governance cycle, all right, and then they have a second proof of concept and mainnet launch. So all that's happening in 2018. Guys, if this one does get adoption, it could be pretty darn big. Now, they are built on, kind of on Ethereum. They're built on JP Morgan's enterprise-focused version of Ethereum called Quorum, all right? So they did this just because Ethereum's having scalability issues. We all know this, all right? They should have just built on Neo, to be honest, but they didn't. They built on Quorum, and so yeah, they have that going for them. Now, in terms of Twitter, I was looking on here to see if there are any updates. Nothing much recently. Last thing was over a month ago when whitelist registration, so maybe they're working pretty hard on everything there. The token generation event, their ICO, so they have that coming up. They have a $20 million cap, and the total supply is 150 million Eximchain tokens. 40% is going to investors, 20% to early adopters, 20% to the team, 10% hedging, 10% bonus. All right. Now, that's pretty much that in terms of Eximchain. So just to summarize, I think all in all, very good idea, very solid team, strong advisors, lacking the working platform. But if they get that out in 2018, that could be huge. And overall, this is one to keep an eye on. I saw this one and wanted to bring this to you guys just because, yeah, maybe you should put your eyes on it too. All right. So for those of you who just stuck around to win that free Ledger Nano S, you can go to crypto-love.com/training. Up top where it says win a free Ledger Nano S cold storage device, click enter there. And then finally, for those of you who just hung around to the end, just to see that cutie, the dent girl in her bikini, she does look hot. All right. Love you guys. Catch you later. Have a good one. All right. Peace.